Okay everyone, so I will show you how to maintain a good credit score. So in front of me is myfico.com. This is the estimator. So we're going to start, and I'm going to show you guys what you need to do to maintain a mid 700 to 800 credit score. All right, so most of people these days, they are not perfect. Most of them have bad credit. So I'll show you guys how to get a good score. All right, so you would need to have at least 2 to 4 or 5 or more. So most people is gonna fall around this range. All right, so how long did you get your first credit card? Okay. If you have it around less than 6 months, it's gonna be pretty bad. So you need at least 2 to 4 years. But if you do have trade lines, you can just click on whatever the trade line is. So if you have a trade line, you can do this, for example. How long was your first loan? So again, loans aren't really necessary if you don't have a loan yet. So let's do no loans. How many you apply for, you can just do 2. Recently, have you opened one? Let's see, recent. We're gonna do the middle. How many loans, credit cards currently have a balance? So we're gonna do 0 to 4. Besides any mortgage loans, what are the total balances? All right, guys. So you max out your cards around this range, is gonna be really bad for your credit score. So make sure you do less than 500 or around this range. So we're gonna do this range. When is your, all right, so make sure you don't miss your payments, okay? How many are past due? Make sure it's none, okay? So let's see, which percentage of your total credit limits do your credit cards represent? All right, so again, you gotta do 0 to 9%. Anything higher will lead to bad credit. In the past 10 years, have you ever experienced bankruptcy? Okay. Now, you can always remove your credit, okay? But bankruptcy repossessions will hurt your credit like crazy. You can really shoot your score down to a 400. Having a repossession, especially bankruptcy, that's horrible, especially if you're trying to get some business loans. Collections are easy to get removed. So make sure you remove collections or else it's gonna hurt your credit. So we're gonna do no. And it will show you, based on what I clicked, is what you have to follow for the most part, okay? Now I can do a 800 score estimate, but that's for people who really have long-term credit cards. But again, this is just for people who have credit cards. If you add a trade line, for example, you can literally skip through the whole process. So I'm gonna go back, okay? Now what will happen if you add a 5 to 10 year trade line with a lot of history? I'm gonna wait for this to load. I'm gonna show you, okay. So depending on how many trade lines you buy, let's say you add a few trade lines, okay. All right, how long ago did you get your first credit card? Okay. So based on the trade line years, what are you gonna put? So you can do 4 to 5 years. All right, so we need no loan. How many loans or credit cards have you applied for the last year? So you can just do 1. How many have you recently? You're gonna do more than 6 months ago. How many loans? 0, less. Never missed a payment because it's a trade line. None past due. This one right here. No. Okay, so it's gonna be still high. Pretty much the more history, so you're gonna have to go over 10 years to have almost a 800 credit score. But yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys make on-time payments, no collections, have a lot of credit cards open. If you don't have credit cards, get a trade line on there and apply for as many credit cards as possible. Pay them off in time, stack them. And yeah, so also applying for multiple loans can hurt your credit. So only get a loan when you really need to, but technically you can always cash out credit cards. All right, that'll be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and check the links below.